Welcome, welcome collectives. My name is Ora-gen and this is the Ora-gen channel. I want to take a moment to welcome you to today's reading. Whatever time of day you have found this message, I'm so grateful that you're here with me. I want to welcome all of my current subscribers, new subscribers, and guests who are visiting the channel for the very first time. Definitely welcome. So today's reading, just to jump right into the energy here, guys, is focusing on a starseed reading. And I've been promising in the last couple of videos that I was going to do another starseed reading because the energy just keeps showing up. And this might have to do with things that you are experiencing, whomever is resonating with this message, associated with your soul path, or things that you feel drawn to engage in this incarnation. So we talk about the starseed groups and kind of like that ancestral energy of what it is that they did or do and how that might be affecting who you are if that ancestry is present in this incarnation for you. So I've already pre-selected some cards that are on the table. I absolutely love doing starseed readings because it's just a very beautiful cosmic energy and it's something that's definitely out of this world. So definitely take a minute and join me in this space. If you have coffee, tea, water, whatever you are sipping on that feels good to your throat, bring it into the space. And let's just take a moment together to dive into the energy. Okay, so I am going to just go on ahead and light my candle here just to get the energy going nicely. And definitely, I hope that you all had or are having a really good day. And when this video was recorded, it was around the time period of the 8-8 portal. That's the Lionsgate portal. It has definitely been some good energy, but some very busy energy. This is a great time to engage in meditation and thinking about things that you want to manifest into your energy and into your physical 3D space. And if you haven't had a chance to do that, you know, maybe taking some time this evening or this morning, this afternoon, whatever time of day it is for you, and just meditating. Even if when you catch this video, it's after the portal, that's okay. Just kind of a thought or a PSA, an ad, so to speak, about meditation and the importance of that. And engaging in self-care. I'm always plugging that here because it's super important as it relates to, you know, our emotional and energetic health and wellness. So we want to be balanced in all things as much as possible. Self-care helps us to be able to do that. So just an encouraging thought there, guys. Okay, so I'm going to ring my bell just to clear out the space. If you have any sound sensitivities, I would ask you to turn your volume on your device down now. Oops. Very nice. Okay, so let's take a nice inhalation. And exhale. And hopefully that wasn't the first time you did that today. But if it was, I'm glad that you did. Sometimes just taking a moment to take a breath can help us to move through any energies that are coming up that might be a little challenging or that just might feel like a lot coming at us at once. We definitely want to step into energies of like regulating, bringing ourselves to center, peace, calm, and we step into vibrations like that by remembering to breathe. That's one key area. There's a lot, but breathing will do a lot for you in a short amount of time. So let's go on ahead and take a look and see what we have here. I have written down As a matter of fact, let me grab that. I have written down some definitions and some background information on these different groups, starseed groups that you see represented on the table. So I do have some root information on the blueprint starseeds in general, and then they break down into categories. And then I also have information on the Nihal. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. The parallels, and then the Mentakins, the Orion starseeds, okay? So let's start with the blueprint technicians. I'm going to read a little information to you, and then we're going to pull cards. So if there is a starseed group that, as I read these definitions, feel like very connective for you, I want you to just kind of keep in mind which starseed group you are relating to here. That could be an indication of an energetic connection ancestrally with this particular group. And then be mindful of the cards that drop for each of the groups, okay? So let's start with, all right, yep, this is for the starseed reading. So generally, information on the blueprint technicians, things I want to mention is this is a starseed group that was given the plan from spirit for planet Earth as a place of elevation for souls. So that's the way this group looks at their tasks and, you know, their soul path responsibilities. The plan from spirit regarding planet Earth as a place of elevation for souls. So they see this as a place where we can grow and evolve. On the soul level, their job as a group is to oversee this place, or planet Earth, as somewhere souls can evolve. Given the blueprint to oversee, blueprint for planet Earth is that we evolve through the contrast between light and dark. And I'm not sure if I read that right, but basically they see that contrast of dealing with things that are, you know, maybe higher vibrational and maybe not so higher vibrational as part of the evolution process or the growth process. So basically through those challenges that we face on planet Earth, we have opportunities to grow and expand. And that's basically how the blueprint technicians or the blueprint groups of starseeds see this experience here. So now, specific information about this group, the blueprint technicians. So it says these souls were the engineers of the Earth experiment. They took the plans given by the spiritual beings who helped set up this place as a place of elevation for souls, along with the input from the blueprint originators. And they helped to set up the interaction of the physical with the spiritual. So basically, the structure of our energy bodies, amongst other things. So they actually helped create the blueprint for, it looks like, the way we function as a group, and as a group meaning humanity. They had something to do with that process, is what I'm reading here. The blueprint technicians. And they also had something to do with the structure of our energy bodies. So for those of you that are familiar with like the auric field and the different layers of the auric field, how we have subtle energy that is moving throughout the body and also around the body. I'm going to turn the music down. That might be just a little bit loud. I wanted to do something a little more upbeat, but I wasn't sure if that was kind of loud. Let me know how the music is in the comments if it's too loud. I'll adjust it. So very important group. They have to do with like not just planning, but also observing and kind of checking to make sure through checks and balances that things are working as they should. That's what I'm really picking up about the blueprint technician. So, you know, just kind of take note of that energy. Now we have the Nihal. And that's this group right here, the Nahal. So the Nahal is a highly progressive and modern soul. Nahal are also known as indigo or crystal children. And some of you may have heard that expression before of indigo children. So what they're saying is they are bringers of change in the pipeline, socially and spiritually. Let's see. Oh, okay. I was having a hard time reading my own handwriting. So societally, spiritually, and technologically. So the Nahal, or the indigo children or crystal children, bring basically innovation of thought and energy, and their purpose is to shift and change things. And if you'll notice in the timeline that we're living in, a lot of the children being born into this timeline come here with very unique gifts and skill sets, like right off the bat. Like they come here doing very unique things. So either if this is an energy that relates to you, or maybe members of your family that you notice about them, they could be part of this Nahal group, indigo or crystal children. It says they are here to teach us how to do things differently. So if you notice someone in your family is that way naturally, instead of just following the status quo, the old rubric for doing things, they naturally just move towards an innovative way of doing things or a new way of doing things. It could be that that's part of their soul path energy showing up. In a lot of cases, this isn't an energy that's like very intentional, like, well, I'm going to change the wheel and do things differently. You know, it's more so this is just the way that they are. So once again, if you notice that energy within yourself or with others in your family, that could be what's going on there. Nahal. Okay, so now we're going to go to the parallels. That's this group right here. And of the parallels, it says they come to us from completely different universes, planets, star systems, and galaxies, and solar systems. They exist and experience life in more than one universe at a time, which gives them a unique perspective on life here. They're not as grounded and tethered to this place or planet Earth in the way that other souls tend to be. And they bring the energies of multidimensionality and freedom of expression into this realm of existence. They teach us to be multifaceted, and we do not have to be defined by any one part of us. Parallels come to experience an aspect of our world that they aren't able to experience in their own. Could be human emotions, communication, earthly environment / nature, biological sex or gender, male, female, tribe or nationality. So of the parallels group, it looks like they're a group that experiences things in such a different perspective that they are just naturally not as tethered, connected, or grounded to Gaia or Mother Earth like other beings might be. So maybe this energy comes across as like kind of like head in the clouds constantly, you know, looking to the stars, feeling like the stars is home more so than feeling like Earth is home. Like they feel a sense of familiarity and comfort when they're looking at the stars. And then these energies of multidimensionality and freedom of expression. So, you know, there's probably a very strong creative energy here, or an energy of finding ways to open up expression and feel more free in those areas. And also this multifaceted energy, like how to hold more than one perspective or viewpoint at a time. And that it's okay to do that as we're learning and understanding about our universe. So it looks like this group in particular, the parallels, are looking to experience human qualities when they incarnate here. You know, what it means to be human, to have emotions, to communicate, to engage in earthly environment or nature, or, you know, really exploring through maybe their physical bodies. Maybe they're very connected with tribe or nationality. These are just thoughts on this group and how this might show up in a person who has a starseed ancestry like this, the parallels. So I thought that one was really interesting. Let's see. So we got to do the Mintakins or Mintakins. I'm not sure how you say that. Okay. So the Mintakins or Mintakins, however you say it, these are Orion star seeds, okay? So you guys are all familiar probably with the Orion constellation, I think it is. But these are Orion star seeds. So they come from that region. So they bring positive, uplifting energies to the planet. They are like cheerleaders, uplifting others with their positive attitudes. They come from a utopian place where souls didn't evolve through the contrast between light and dark. As a result, the experience of life can be discouraging, and they are quite tired of planet Earth. They're a very ancient soul group that has been incarnating here for a long time. So these are very old incarnates, the Mintakin Orion star seeds. But because they are so how is it worded here? Yeah, because they're such an uplifted group and they move in such a higher vibration, and it's not to say these other groups don't, it's just speaking about and referencing this group and the way that they are, you know, they're more like cheerleaders. And, you know, as we know with our current timeline with planet Earth, there is a lot that is shifting and changing, but there's still a lot of issues here with lack of support for humanity as a whole. We're still working on that. So I can imagine for a group who's more like a cheerleader type of group, that could get old. You know, that could be kind of just like wear on somebody or become a drudgery in the energy. So keeping in mind that this group didn't evolve through the process of contrast between light and dark, like what we learn here, or what we classify is, you know, light energies or dark energies. They didn't deal with that. So their experience here is completely different from their origin. So this could be a person, maybe the way this might show up in the energy in an incarnation here as a human being, is a person who doesn't do well with contrasting energies or feels really overwhelmed by having to deal with the challenges and evolution of contrasting energies, you know, high vibrational versus low vibrational. You know, being able to process that and move through that energy might feel very challenging, difficult for a person who has like an origin or like a starseed ancestry associated with Mintakins or Orion starseeds. They also might show up as a person who is very supportive of others and is like a cheerleader energetically, you know, like wanting to see others succeed. And it could be too, guys, just a side note, you know, maybe in your energetic or soul path ancestry, you know, there are regions where these star seeds exist that you pass through at some point. It doesn't even mean that the origin has to be there. Maybe you learn things. Maybe there's an incarnation where you had someone on your spirit team who is from one of these starseed origins and you learn some things from them. So, you know, in whatever way the information is resonating, you know, take it as it resonates for you. It doesn't have to necessarily be that you even feel that you're from these places. Maybe you just really resonate with the energy of these beings. and, you know, want to understand more about how you could utilize that energy to help yourself with your soul path and what it is you're here to do. It could just be that. So let's be open-minded as we go through this reading here today and find areas that feel connective for us with these different groups, even if it's all of them. That's okay. We're just going to pull some cards and just see what's there. So let's see, where are we starting? I have 3 decks with me here today. We're going to go with the Starseed Oracle to start and just see what's here. And then we'll jump into some of the other decks. We have Moonology, and we also have the Angel Number Oracle cards. So let's pull a Starseed card for each of these here. So we have Blueprint Technicians, Nahal. We have the Parallels and the Mintakins for Orion Starseeds. This is a great place to start. Let's move this out the way. A lot going on this desk here. A lot of cards, a lot of stuff. Okay, so just for reference, guys, I always mention in my videos, I always pre-shuffle and charge the cards. So that has already happened, but I do pre-shuffle, and then I also shuffle again on camera, just so that way you guys can know that I am not just pulling cards. You are actually seeing the energy work, which is a good portion of the fun of using the cards to connect with you guys, is you guys knowing that the cards are shuffled, okay? So we're gonna see what's here for you guys. Wait a minute. We got cards hopping out all over the place. Let's see what we've got here. Let's start with the Blueprint Technicians and just asking that any energies that are not in alignment with the space or of lower vibrational energy be removed from the space, and only high frequency energies associated with the light, with source, might remain, including my spirit team, and so it is. Let's start with the Blueprint Technicians and see what we've got here. We've got karmic relationships, Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, conflict. Look at this. So there's some growth coming with the Blueprint Technicians, Orion energy, from dealing with polarity. This is how maybe whomever is resonating with the Blueprint Technician energy is able to, wow, look at this, Orion Starseeds. Yeah, this is amazing. Okay, let me see what's going on here, because I want to see, even though this came out, I'm not clear if Blueprint Technicians are from different galaxies, starseeds, or whatever, and they just have that title because of what they do. It didn't say. So it is possible, if you are a Blueprint Technician, you might be somebody who has an Orion Starseed like origin. It is possible. Then for Nahal, we have the Golden Children, inner child, tenderness, innocence, rare gifts. Yeah, here we go. That's your the Nahal. Remember we talked about that is the that's the indigo children or the crystal children. Bam, there it is. Spirit called it right out. And then we have the Orion energy for the Blueprint Technician. So somebody who's a Blueprint has Orion Starseed origin or roots that is in their ancestral line. And then for the Nahal, we're talking about the Golden Children, inner child, tenderness, innocence, rare gifts. And this could be for somebody who is an adult. Doesn't matter if you're an indigo child. Once you incarnate here, you're an indigo child. You are an indigo child throughout your entire incarnation here. It has to do with your starseed lineage and what you're here to do. Same thing with Blueprint Technicians. You know, even though they're here to check to see, you can almost see that energy here. Let me hold this card up. This is really interesting. Let me grab this here. You can see this energy here. In this card, you see somebody here on a different surface observing this surface. Almost like they're checking to see how things is working. They're checking the blueprint to see if things is working as it should. That's your blueprint technicians. They are observing. They are observers. This could be showing up in your personality as well. Maybe you observe things to see if it is functioning properly. That's very interesting. Okay, Spirit, what about for parallels? What kind of starseed energy do we have for parallels? Wow, Spirit is really just helping us to get an understanding of like these different groups and, you know, what they can learn while they're here and what they're here to learn. Surrender to the sweetness. Venus energy. Pleasure, joy, make love to life. This card popped out in another reading. So there's somebody in the collective that I'm, or some bodies, whomever is resonating with this, that I'm picking up on. But the parallels, you could have some Venus-based energy here. Something about enjoying life, finding pleasure in life, you know, really tapping in to that energy of grounding out in Gaia. I'm just checking back on my notes here on the parallels. Yeah, this was the group that comes to the Earth from a completely different planets, star systems, galaxies, and solar systems. So they are made up of, looks like, different starseed groups, but generally they're not as grounded into the planet as other beings, because they're beings of multidimensionality. But they definitely encourage freedom of expression and to be multifaceted. And what's so interesting that this card came out talking about surrender to the sweetness, this Venus energy, and really stepping into enjoying life, pleasure, really picking up on the senses and enjoying that. There's something that's beneficial to a person who has a starseed lineage like that, who is here, who's here at this time, because they're not naturally as connected to Earth. So taking moments to ground out, to be present, to enjoy the sweetness of the moment or of life is going to be super important to a person like this, because their natural inclination might be to just kind of be disconnected or maybe detached from grounding out. So there's some encouragement here with the Starseed Oracle to really engage in those moments of mindfulness and connection. And you can see in this beautiful picture how the person in it is taking a moment to really glance at, you know, the beauty of nature, the waterfall, just taking a moment to just be in space with this moment presently. Be in the here and now. So that's for parallels energy. And then we're going to do our last card for the general energy here for the Starseed groups. That's the Mintakans, or the Orion Starseeds. Let's see what is here. Let's see what is here. Spirit information for members of the collective who might have this Starseed origin. Let's see. That almost wanted to pop. Let's see what comes up here. Wow, Star Family, you're a part of a team of souls. Call in support. This energy has been coming up to somebody or somebody's in the collective that is resonating with a few messages here recently, is being encouraged by their star team, their spirit team. You are not alone. You have support. Call it in. And that literally could look like meditating, actually, maybe verbally asking for support, like just calling on your team, prayer, however it is that you connect, you are being encouraged to do that. Wow, a lot of throat chakra energy and activity. Very interesting. So the Mintakans, or the Orion star seeds, you are being reminded that you are part of this beautiful team of souls, this star seed family, and that really with the work that you are doing here and are inspired to do on your soul path, you are being encouraged to call on that support. So we have some amazing energies on the table for all of these groups now. So we're going to go a little deeper. Okay. And we are just going to look and see some particular information for each of the groups to see if there's some things from Spirit that you can, you know, get involved with that will help you maybe with some of the energetic challenges or struggles that you've noticed that you've personally had throughout life. And, you know, really how to move through those, or just understanding more about your journey here and how to connect in with it. Okay, guys, let's go into the Moonology deck and let's just see what is here. Has anybody else been feeling like, and maybe at the time this video airs or at the time you see it, the 8-8 portal will have passed, but the week of the 8-8 portal, did anybody notice or feel like the energy felt maybe like a little retrograde-ish? Definitely let me know in the comments, or you can even shoot me a message through my email, which is listed in the description underneath the video. Let me know if this energy felt a little retrograde-ish to you. Maybe it's just me being a little goofy, but I definitely felt like I was a tad bit forgetful. And I don't know. I felt this energy felt a little bit goofy. Not a bad thing. For the most part, I was able to just move through it and kind of, you know, chuckle at myself in those areas, or just release and let it go. And that's another message coming through. You know, if any of you are dealing with any challenges right now, let's say like you're kind of forgetting some things or feel a little scatterbrained or whatever, it could just be, you know, ascension symptoms, like, you know, you're getting geared up with, you know, new gifts, abilities, things that are, you know, were laying dormant that are now like active. Integrating and adjusting new energies and frequencies, and just really, you know, at the end of the day, still being human and processing these things and just being patient with yourself and recognizing that, you know, it's okay to slow down or to change up the way that we do things. Whatever it is you need to do to adjust and adapt, that it's okay to do that. You don't have to feel bad or like you're lacking something because you're not able to do things like consistently the way that you always do them for a time. It's okay. You know, maybe you need to shift your practice or the way that you're doing things to accommodate where you are presently. There's a lot in the energy coming through about that. Let's see. Actually, I'm gonna tap the deck and just grab the card off the bottom here. Yeah, expect powerful change. And this is going to be for the blueprint technicians. New moon eclipse. Expect powerful change. So that could be something that's happening for you by the next new moon eclipse cycle. And we've been talking about in the readings here recently, this energy of new things showing up in your space due to the energetic work that you are engaged in. All of that vibrational shift that you are experiencing and what that's going to manifest and draw to you, what that's bringing into your space in 3D due to that energetic work that you've been doing. So there's just more evidence and proof that you are definitely moving in that direction, my friends. So just keep that good work up. Really nice. How about for Nihal? For these lovely star seeds, these lovely indigo children and crystal children. Any messages for them? Or anyone who resonates with the Nihal ancestry or message? What do we have, Spirit? There we go. Full moon in Aquarius. So we may have an Aquarius in the house. Show the world the real you. That is what is coming up. Look at that. So for the indigo children, crystal children, don't be afraid of being who you are. You are unique. You are different. It is okay. As a matter of fact, it's better than okay. It's exactly what you came here to do, which is to bring change, which is to bring shift. How can you do that if you're like everyone else? You couldn't. So, you know, definitely stepping into an energy of self-acceptance and working with those gifts in the way that it works best for you. This may not be something that others understand. It doesn't make it a bad thing. It just means it's different. And being okay with that. All right, what do we have for the parallels? So just to recap, we have new moon eclipse. Expect powerful change. For those of you who are resonating with the blueprint technicians, and then karmic relationships. So some of you also might be looking at some powerful change too in dealing with some sort of relationships that have not been serving you. For those of you who relate with that blueprint technician message, you might be getting ready to experience some universal shift or change in those relationships, especially if you're considering them karmic or toxic. Definitely there's going to be some changes. You're going to have some opportunities to meet new people, or maybe to leave relationships that aren't serving you. And also there's a lot of energy here about you observing things from a distance and really going deeper than looking at something from the surface, but really understanding like what's there and why it's there, so you can make the needed changes. Also, the universe is bringing you in some powerful new changes, potentially by the next new moon eclipse or before. Maybe the eclipse is just symbolic of a time period where, you know, old things get shadowed out, or maybe mysteries are revealed. It could be symbolic as well. And then also we have, of course, for the Nahal, the indigo children, the crystal children, really being confident in stepping into who you truly are, not shying away or backing away from it to fit other people's definition of what you should be. And then basically just that reaffirmation of that point that you are the golden children. Yeah, really engaging with your inner child, your tenderness, your innocence, and your rare gifts, and how that opens doorways for you. Those are your gifts that are really going to help you move into your soul path and what it is you're here to do. By ignoring those gifts and trying to be like others, we're actually not shining our light. So you're being encouraged to really shine your light in that way and not to be afraid of being different. Okay, so now we're back to parallels. Just wanted to recap. So far we have surrender to the sweetness on the table. And this one was talking about that Venus energy of engaging with pleasure, joy, and it says making love to life. So really getting active with, you know, being present in the moment and feeling what's there and really tapping into our sensory in that way. Something there with the parallels. Any other information on this card? Ooh, let's see. Yeah, communication is key. New moon in Gemini. So we may have a Gemini here that relates to this message, or maybe a Gemini in your energy, or maybe dates associated with like Gemini birthdays, or that timeline is important to you. But communication is key, and we see an image of somebody with their eyes closed and eyes open. This once again giving me the energy of like duality, like light, dark side, shadow side, light side. And then we see that the moon is in a full eclipse as well. So something being revealed to you through communication, and why communication is important to understand more about this thing that you want to understand. Whatever that question is, that answer is coming. And when it does, really surrender to the sweetness of understanding, of knowing, really tapping into that. It might be that some of you have questions about, you know, your mission here. or questions about why things are the way they are, or questions about, you know, humankind's existence and what direction it's going and how you can play a part in helping, you know, with healing and, I don't know, stepping into whatever gifts you have. Communication is key. Asking the right questions. And it's not always like asking a question of another human being. It might be your spirit team, your guides. Those guides that are associated, you know, with that parallel starseed energy, which could be, looks like many different starseed groups. But it has something to do with where their focus is and what kind of work they're engaged in on planet Earth. Also, it could be that the areas that you're going into that have to do with soul path have to do with talking to others, teaching, instructing, leading, something that has to do with information and how that affects people's health and well-being, their mental health and wellness. Maybe some of you are going into some form of mental health and wellness work or career. But whatever it is, it's going to lead to some really beautiful, uplifted energy. You're going to be feeling really connected with your soul path, and you'll be able to help others to feel that way as well. So it's really nice energy. Let's take a look at the Mintakan energy. That's the Orion star seeds. Spirit, any information on this group here? See, what do we have here? We have two cards. Looks like they got flipped around. So we have Hold Your Vision, Fixed Moon. You're very close to achieving your goal, Gibeus Moon. And a fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. So we might have an Aries here that's associated with this message of the Mintakans and the Orion star seeds. Once again, you're being reminded you are part of a great star family. It's a team of souls. Call in for support. Hold your vision. Hold your vision. Something is coming your way soon. You have been doing the work. You are vibrationally in alignment with whatever this is that you are calling in. You know, ask for support when you need it, but continue on the path. You're very close to achieving your goal. And there's a fiery climax approaching. So there's something really big that's coming that has to do with what you have been wanting to manifest or bring in. You know, so please remember and work with that energy and understand that by sticking with, you know, just even the small choices day to day, you are energetically stepping up to that soul path and helping to vibrate in alignment with what you want to draw and drawing that into your reality. So you're just being encouraged to keep going. Mintakan's Orion starseed, that's really powerful. Wow. Okay, so that's the Moonology deck for those starseed groups. And some information on, you know, for those who are feeling connected with the starseed groups on the table for the reading this evening, how you can tap into that energy and maybe apply that energy in what you are currently doing to see some results, or maybe even to just like step up your game for self-care, mindfulness, whatever it might be. There's a lot of good information here on the table related to these groups, or whomever is related to these groups. More importantly, it's the people here that are resonating with these energies and how these energies from these starseed groups are affecting them as they awaken. Like this is in your, you know, in your astral DNA, your blueprint. This energy is present in how this is showing up in your experience at this time. That is super important. And it's super important to know how we can tap into this energy and experience like greater results with the things that we are working on at this time. Oops, let's see what's here. Well, this deck wants to go flying, so I'm going to grab it before it does that. Okay, guys, let's see what's here in the angel numbers, and then we're going to wrap up this starseed reading for this evening. So let's see, what do we have here? What do we have for angel numbers? Let's start with our first group. So that's going to be the blueprint technicians. Let's see what we have for the blueprint technicians. Matter of fact, let's do this, guys, so you can see what's going on here. We'll just move this over. Then we're going to put this like this so you guys can like see the energy of the group. So it'll be easier to like stay on top of what's happening here. I'm trying to put this where you can see it. I think like this. Okay. And then we're going to do this here. So this is the Nahal. Right? And then this one here is the Mintakins Orion Starseeds. Okay. So now, with those in place, let's look and see what we've got first for the blueprint technicians. We've got some good information on the table. Any other information, Spirit, that whomever is resonating with their message, the blueprint technicians, any other information that might be helpful for them to know. Any other information for the blueprint technicians or the people resonating with this message that they might like to know? Okay, so we have 1331, good fortune. All right, guys, 1331, good fortune. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. So that one says advice, comfort, major change, individuality, independence. So this one says, have faith in your skills and talents as they are a tool that can provide you with a bright future. A piece of good advice, a moment of enlightenment, or a comforting message is on its way. Everything will work out in your favor. Wow. Everything will work out in your favor. 1331. So guys, this follows that energy of a powerful change is coming. That's what I'm looking at here. This is more of the same energy. Yeah, something is happening for those of you who resonate, with the blueprint technicians, or that ancestral energy. Something is going on with a relationship or something that has been present in your life for a very long time, or something that needs to shift or change because it's not in alignment with where you are at vibrationally at this time. And so you're really getting a strong and energetic message here that something is getting ready to change. Maybe something that hindered you from having your individuality or being independent. You know, maybe there's someone who's going to come along and, you know, be in a position to be like soul family and give advice, or something that is comforting to you that is coming, that the universe is providing you with for this work that you're doing here. Also, you're being encouraged to really focus on your talents, your gifts, your abilities. That is how you are going to be able to, you know, really tap into the energy of, you know, not only your soul path work, but like maybe even finding a way to shift what you're doing for your work, like your 9-to-5 work, or maybe coming out of that mindset altogether. And I'm not encouraging anybody to just quit their job, but definitely, like, if there are ways that, you know, we can tap into our creative energies or things that feel connected for us and make money at it, why wouldn't we? Even if it's something that we do on the side, Maybe we make a transition into a new type of career that's more in alignment with who we are in this incarnation. I don't know. There's some major changes coming. It could be relationships, could be work, could be different areas, you know. It'll be interesting to see, definitely. So that's the blueprint technicians. What do we have for the Nahal? For the indigo children and the crystal children. A message for them, Spirit. It's really interesting. And keep an eye out for the numbers that you see popping up with your group too, whichever group you're kind of resonating with, or all of them. As I mentioned before, if you resonate with all of the messages, that's okay too. You know, our souls are very old, so you might have passed through all of these places. Who knows? 333, a lot of threes on the table. Look at that. Support, growth, creativity, joy, community, vision, talents. Seeing the angel number 333 is a sign that it's time to focus inward. Work on your skills, discover your talents, and use your imagination. Unleash your inner artist. Doing so will boost your self-esteem and sense of confidence. It does wonders for your senses of purpose, or for your sense of purpose, and contributes to your community. Wow. So the star seeds of the Nahal group are being encouraged to focus inward. So it's interesting that 333 is related to support. We're talking about self-support, self-validation, really tapping in and tuning in on how to support oneself. So even if we have like others around us, but they don't understand why we feel drawn to look at things a certain way, or why certain things are important to us in relation to our soul path, you are being encouraged that it is okay to go inward and give yourself that self-validation, that self-support. And also, once again, you know, reaching out to that universal support through your spirit teams, your guides, you know, your starseed guides, your higher self, source, energy, whatever it is. You're really being encouraged to go inward and work on your skills, discover your talents. Not in the way that someone else wants to see it, but in the way that is actually in alignment for you. So for indigo children and crystal children, the way that they're going to view things and the perspective they view it in is going to be different than the general populace. And there's an encouragement here that that is okay, and that you really need to lean into that energy. And that is part of your soul path purpose here, is leaning into that energy. That's really powerful. Okay, what do we have for the parallels? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Of course, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So we have good luck. Good luck's all over the table. Spirit guides, progress, justice, structures, systems, processes, conditioning, and rules. This is great. You are on the right track. Someone from the other side has your back and encourages you to try your best. You will succeed. Observe your surroundings and communicate clearly. Be sure that everything will fall to pieces. I'm not quite sure. Maybe that's an error. I get what they're trying to say. I think what they're trying to say, be sure that everything will fall into place. But anyways, 1, 2, 3, 4, good luck. So this is a fabulous card. I've seen this pop up in the energy here recently. You're being encouraged to really ask for help. Once again, everybody is. Reach out to your spirit guides, your spirit team, universal support. You know, you're making progress. This has to do with initiating some structures or some systems, you know, like really setting up a regimen for yourself to help with the work that you're doing, or maybe goals that you have right now. Like, are you consistent? You know, when you set a date with yourself to do a process, do you just kind of blow it off because it's you? Like, well, it's not attached to a company or a job. You know, I can do it another day. Or do you take it just as seriously as when you're promising your time to someone else? Promising your time to yourself is just as important, and really stepping into the energy that way. And you have support from the other side. So you're being encouraged to really step into that energy that is associated with your spirit teams. The support that they're giving you, and asking for that, because you have those that want to see you succeed. So really stepping into that energy will be helpful for those who are really vibing with the parallel energy. Okay, so let's do the Mintakans, the Orion star seeds, and we're going to go on ahead and close out. Okay, Spirit, what do we have here? Let's put those there. 24 on the table. Good times. Wow, the energy is great. Like, you guys are headed for some really cool things here. And I'm excited to see how this energy continues to develop from the time that, you know, this starseed reading is posted. But this one says leisure, rest, holiday, pleasure, love, affection, kindness, happiness. Oh, wow. Yeah, I think if I remember correctly, and I could be wrong, but I think I was reading the Mintakans are the ones that are, you know, let me review and see here, because that might be the parallels I'm thinking about. The Mintakans, that was the group. Yeah, those are the Orion star seeds. Yep, positive, uplifting energies. And then we have 24 good times. So I'm really getting an energy here for the Mintakans, or the Orion star seeds, to really step into those energies that they naturally bring with them. You know, positivity, cheerleading, like cheering others on, you know, bringing that higher vibrational energy. You're being encouraged to really step into that. And you're being reminded that you are worthy of affection, leisure, and pleasure. If you tell your family and friends how you feel, you'll find that you're all on the same page and can work together effectively. Many people are rooting for you. If you spread love, it will find its way back to you multiplied. And that makes so much sense. That's the natural energy you come here in. And there might be others in your family who are also in that energy. It's totally possible. But you're being encouraged to communicate on how you feel. So if some of you who resonate with the Mintakan Orion starseed energy have been less than expressive about your emotions on things, how you feel, what's been coming up for you, you might find that you've been holding in a lot of emotional energy, which will create more emotional response down the line. But maybe not the kind that helps you to move through things, like outbursts, spillover, things like that. So really talking with those around you, you know, sharing good times with them, clearing out old energies, whether it's through communicating or energy work or whatever, so that way you can focus on having the good times with the people you love and care about. Or maybe moving away from certain topics or subjects that don't work for certain people, so you can focus on aspects of the relationship that actually work. Once again, good times, focusing in on that energy. And I understand that everything can't always be about, you know, partying and having a good time, but really we can bring that good time, high vibrational energy into just about anything we do. It's all about perspective and how you apply those energies. So you all are being encouraged here to really step into that energy and bring that high vibrational energy into these different aspects of your life, which will put you more on path with what you're here to do, and to just feel better because you're more in alignment with yourself. So that is the reading for tonight, guys. This was wild because I was not familiar with the exception of the Nahal, just because of the indigo children and the crystal children. Other than that, I was not familiar with any of these groups. If you want to read more on these groups and what they do, there is a lady online called Anna Sace, and that's where I got the information on the different groups, was from her site. So I think it's annasace.com, S-A-Y-C-E. ANNA. So definitely you can go to her website and learn a little bit more about these groups if you really resonated with them. But tonight's reading was to just give you a little overview and some things that you can do in alignment with root ancestral energies from these different starseed spaces and realms, and how you can apply that maybe while you're feeling certain things day to day in your life, how you can step into that energy and utilize it to feel more connected with who you are. So I hope this reading was fun. If nothing else, even if you didn't relate to not one of these areas, that is okay. I am super grateful that you stayed for the entire reading. Thank you so much for being here. Whatever time of day, afternoon, evening, morning, whenever you found this video, thank you so much. And definitely like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed the information, so that we can get this message out to more people in the collective. And I truly appreciate all of your likes and shares, okay? So once again, my name is Ora-gen, and this is the Ora-gen channel. And I want to thank you for being here with me for another read. Okay, guys, good night.